There we go. So today really wasn't able to do much, but so far having fun and enjoying the time. My younger brother called me, working on some family thing. Okay, come on. See how this does in the low light function. So, but as I was interrupted earlier, but anywho, like I was saying earlier, the whole idea is to offer a quality and a good quantity and a good service to people, because that also seems to be lacking in our society today. I understand, the profit ends and all those things, but I still believe that we can practice some simple human decency. You feel me? As Christians, to be like, I don't do to you what I don't want you to do to me. Vice versa. You know how it's said. Do unto others as you want them to do unto you. Type stuff, right? I mean, why is it that it is okay for you to do whatever you want to do to me, and it should be okay, but if I do the same thing to you, then there might be a problem? Why? Is it because you're better than me? You're a higher human being than I am? When we know in the Creator's eyes, that don't matter. But He leave us down here, and guess what? We don't know how to act, right? But so the whole idea of my business is very simple. It's to, challenge ourselves to be better, to want more, and go for it. So you need a mindset, you need an innate focus, an innate ability to pay attention on what you choose to desire or want in your life, in our lives. To patient, consistent, persistent mindset. It's not because we're not going to fail. We're going to try and then, this don't work out. We got a lot of things going on. And besides, if it's taken 30, 40 years of dysfunction and a lack of organization Same thing we're talking about, right? The entitlement. What makes you feel like you're gonna start working out today and then, oh my God, you're so ripped, huh? Because you're just so lucky. So all those things, like when I talk about questioning what you believe you know, having the courage to be open-minded enough to question the way you're thinking. And do it in a different fashion. You don't have to second guess, right? I guess, what is the stats? The most recent one that I heard was like one of out of, I think it was like 97 or something like that, people that are successful in life. The other 96 or so, they just don't have the courage. They want it, yeah, of course. I think everybody wants to be fulfilled. Everybody wants to be prosperous. Everybody wants to be wealthy. Yeah. Everybody wants a nice car, a nice house, money to spend to live your best life and all that stuff. But you're not going to change nothing though, right? You're not going to change nothing. So then what? Then it's about blaming everybody else around you but you. Is that entitlement to the highest level? So, yeah, I'm not saying that for millions of us, there are not challenges, roadblocks, or systems that we believe are not designed to work in our favor. That is a fact. But it does not mean the end of our lives. It does not mean this docile type of acceptance of what somebody else deemed you to be. It's not that acceptance of like, what they call it? Like somebody tells you how high you can go in your life and you accept that. Now, to everything, there are two sides of the coin. That part, I don't know about you, but I say hell to the no. That ain't gonna happen. Doesn't matter. I come from the hood. I'm the first one or the last one in my family that, had a college education. Not me, but just saying, right? First one in your family that had a college education. The first one in your family that did not have a kid out of wedlock at 17. There's nothing wrong with that. At first, I used to think there was something wrong with that, right? Because that was my thinking coming from my roots. That you don't make friends with people that don't know their mothers or their fathers or, come from the ghetto or like their kids, people going to jail in and out. Yeah, I had to rethink that. I went to jail, right? I got in trouble with the law. And when I went there, for 3 months, and when I was coming out, the CEO said, "Mr. McBailey, the big house is open. Anytime you want to come back, you're more than welcome." And I don't know where that energy came from, but it had to be a higher power speaking through me at that time. Because I told them, I said, Watch this face real good. Me and you. Our eyes are never gonna make four. No more. Never in your life. Me and you. Our eyes not gonna make four. I guess you get it. You got it? We all got two eyes, so in order for me to see you and you see me, that means that we're face to face looking at each other. So I said that ain't gonna happen, and guess what? Ever since that time, which has almost been 15 years ago, never spoken to a cop, never got a ticket, never been into a courthouse, never been any, like, I might know people that would say, oh, I'm gonna go visit this person in jail. Nigga, no, I'm not going. I'm sorry. I'm not going. My spirit does not align with that place. Now, if you're a person that has a plan in your life in this country, whether you're American or foreigner, stay away from their courthouses, right? Doesn't make you a little punk for abiding by the law, staying low. Nobody says you cannot have fun whilst you do that. But all the reckless things we used to do, had kids, broke up with the women, not because of their faults, but I would have to accept responsibility because of my lack of responsibility, right? So after all them years, something gotta jolt you. You're like, nigga, you want more out of life. You know you are worthy. How you talk to yourself, right? Are you kind to yourself? Have you checked your limiting beliefs? Do you make time for gratitude? Like an actual practice. Not, oh yeah, I told God thank you last night. No. Gratitude. Like a ritual. Gratitude. To not only express gratitude, but to feel it. To be thankful for life. Right? To be thankful for this life. Because it's a beautiful thing. Regardless of how you see it. Yeah. So, let's work on those simple things. Now, this is just a free flow of the basic idea, but with the cultivation and the nurturing of that mindset, then we'll figure out a way how we change our homes to help cultivate and nurture that mindset into something purposeful, right? So that's the whole idea. I could talk about it for the rest of the time, but the simple idea is first, check the mindset. Take that checked mindset and design your environment, your home in particular, right? Your home. What do you allow in your home? What do you don't allow in your home? What do you allow in your space? The kind of information that you're digesting. You should be digesting. Over 70% of your information should be uplifting, inspiring, motivational, positive, thankfulness, right? If it's not that, then it does not align with your godlike nature. You know, we do it when we want to go to church, right? Or you want to go to the mosque, take a nice shower, put on your cologne, perfume, deodorant, wear your best clothes, and then go in there and act all brand new. Oh, now you're holier than thou. But then you forget that your body is the temple, not the building. So the same way you be faking to go to church on Sunday is the same way you should be faking for your body, right? You don't go to church talking about that chick that you ran into last night, you know, how you were over there the other night with somebody else's wife. You don't do that when you go in church, right? Yeah, you don't do that. So, likewise, if you don't do that, then it's not just when you go to church that you have to do that. In and out of church. So everything they teach us spiritually, or everything you know so far, you have to live it. You have to breathe it, right? You gotta leave it every day of your life. Be careful of the TV stations that you spend a lot of time on. You know, I will get more detailed information as time goes on, but I also learned that the frequencies that they use out here they adopted that frequency after they discovered that it distorts people's minds during, you know, one of the world wars, right? So it was a frequency that they used in torture chambers. Now, for some odd, smart reason, somebody said, oh, that's the frequency that we need to broadcast everything on for the people, right? So you sit down, you watch TV, you listen to radio stations, it is that frequency. And I will get, you know, the exact frequency and the time and references so that you can do your own research yourself, right? Right now, I'm just blabbing, you know, trying to let it flow, right? But, so, when I said earlier about a direct, intentional decision to distract us, to take away our focus, to take away our attention. Yeah, we got freedom of speech. We can cry about it. We can jump up and down in the streets. But I think if we want to be honest, nothing is really changing, you know. I mean, they've been talking about raising federal minimum wage for decades now. Living wage, oh no, that don't happen, right? I'm not saying there are not other good parts of the system as a whole, but just if you still yourself, sit in silence. I mean, a lot of us are not even used to silence. If we try to be silent, we'll get nervous, we'll get depressed, right? Because you don't have some frequency from the TV fused in your brain cells, or, you know, you don't have some news media lying to you like in broad daylight. Like, it'd be like broad daylight. They say, Mr. McBailey, what you're looking at, that is not the sun. It is the moon. It is the moon. And I'd be like, yes, news media, conglomerate, corporate media. Yeah, you're right. It must be an eclipse of the moon or something. What I'm looking at is the moon. It's not the sun. It'd be like 12 o'clock in the afternoon. We're letting people distort our emotional balance. We're letting people plant seeds of hate. You see them, they be like 30, looking like they're about to die. It's hate. It's not nothing else. Can be in America, of all places, where they pretty much got everything, and you 30, and you're looking older than my grandma in Africa, living in a hut or in a tree, whatever you want to call it, right? Can be. Why would you let somebody use your temple to plant seeds of hate? You accepted that, and you don't have to, right? You simply just don't have to. And it's only you. I know you've heard this before, so it might sound like a cliche, but it is 1,000 though. Bro, if you don't get up and want to do something about it, you can talk about being tired, living paycheck to paycheck. You can talk, and I mean, I'm talking about generations in a good number of families, right? Paycheck to paycheck, great grandma, great uncle, great auntie, yeah. And all through that, we can sit down and be like, we're tired of working paycheck to paycheck. But you don't change anything though. Not your mindset, not your habits. And another thing that I found out that hit me like a ton of bricks just a few years ago, self-mastery. Taking the time. And the only way you take your time to know yourself is to have times of silence, contemplative meditation. Sit down by yourself, free your mind, free your thoughts. You are the master of your thoughts, right? Thoughts don't run you. And some of us don't even know how to manage that. I don't know how to manage that, but I'm thankful that I have been paying attention to it, and I can easily say things are getting better just by trying to know myself. Because guess what? I figured that not knowing myself created all the problems that I created for myself in my past, right? I got 4 kids. I love my kids to death, different mothers. But there's still real problems there, right? We don't give up. Those are challenges in life. Anytime we face challenges in life, beyond that challenge lies your success. So giving up, throwing in the towel, and life is not a straight line. So anybody told you that life is a straight line, or the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line, maybe for certain things, but not for life. Life is never straight. Everything is curved. It's gonna go this way, go that way. But once you're in it, that's what you want. But anyways, coming back to this thing about self-mastery, if I had taken the time to know myself, if you know yourself, then you got a clarity in your mission in this life. You know where you want to go. You have a definiteness of purpose, right? You make sure, or you practice to the best of your ability, that your actions are in alignment with that purpose in life. Because that's the key. First, you got to visualize, imagine in vivid pictures who you want to be. And then the next thing is that person that you want to be. What does that kind of person do? So for example, you want to be a ball player, you want to be a rapper, you want to be a gymnast, you want to be a tennis ball player, a soccer player, a football player. What do those people do? Simply put, they practice when we are sleeping. When we are sleeping, they are out jumping in cold tubs, right? To build muscle, I believe. I don't know exactly why they do that, but see them jumping in tubs full of ice cubes. Would you ever dare? I haven't tried it yet, but one of them days, I'm gonna dare myself. I don't know why they do it, but I'm gonna jump in that tub of cold, ice bricks or ice cubes. Your value system in life, key to your success, key to your desired life, your morals and your principles. Those three factors are the only way you can attain a life that you want. Now, you have a value system. So like if I say production for me is a value, I make sure everything I do, every action I take is in terms of raising my production level. So whatever it is, right? Work, my personal business ideas, anything I do, it's always about getting better. Now, do I fail? Yes, I do. Then you build a habit of reflection. That's where the journaling comes in. But we'll have to hang this for another time, okay? We'll continue this story later. Thank you. Peace out. Be blessed. Be straight. Be focused. Pay attention. Watch your thoughts. You are the master of your thoughts. Don't let them run you around raggedy. Choose which ones align with your higher self. And not to say to just ignore, stuff, right? Those thoughts might come up in the head like, and it's a negative thought. It brings a negative energy to your body. You feel stressed. You tied up. You feel tension in the body. Acknowledge it. Because most of the time, the body is the one thing that never lies to you, right? The mind, the mind. I would say the mind is like a conspiracy theorist, right? So if you pay attention to that shit and you keep on reacting to what goes on in the mind, you're gonna be one unstable mofo. But I'll leave you with that. Peace out.